Hi, my name's Andy van der Gugten, and I'm an Agile coach with SoftEd. In today's whiteboard session, I'm going to show you how to run a successful stand-up. For today's session, we're going to use a Kanban board. So a Kanban board is the easiest way for you to represent the work that you've committed to in your iteration. You have all the work from your backlog that you've decided to do in your to-do column. You have the current in-progress work in your doing column, and any work that has been done is in your done column. For your daily stand-up, you want to get your entire team in front of the board, and there are two different ways you can approach your daily stand-ups. The first one is checking on yesterday's weather. When you check on yesterday's weather, every team member talks about what they accomplished yesterday, what they're going to do today, and what is holding them back. So the second way you could run your stand-up is walking the board. In this case, you get your team members to talk to what's on the board. So instead of going around in a circle, we let the board set the agenda with the items that are there, and we make sure that all items are talked to by the member of the team that's working on them. When you're using any of these methods, there are a few things you need to be aware of. When we're checking on yesterday's weather, we're having a conversation among the team. So every single team member will talk about what they achieved yesterday, what they're going to do today, and what's blocking them. The danger with this is that we might miss out talking about a story that's on the board. You might not have talked about a certain story because it's currently blocked and someone might have forgotten to mention it. If you're running this format, you want to make sure that your Scrum Master keeps track of all the items on your Kanban board in order to make sure we don't miss out on any. In the second format, when you're walking the wall, instead of the team members having a conversation, each team member talks to their item on the Kanban board and tells us what they are doing today in order to get that story to done. So here are some tips and tricks that you can use to make your stand-up successful. What you want to make sure of is that your stand-ups are valuable. Make sure the entire team is there. Make sure you've agreed on a time when you're going to do it. And we are not actually waiting for anyone to show up. The stand-up needs to start whenever the team decided it is going to start. We're not going to wait on a Scrum Master or a product owner who might be running late. The next tip is your team owns the stand-up. They own getting work to done, and ideally they will also own the process of getting rid of blockers after a stand-up. You want to keep your stand-ups short, so park any longer conversations and pick them up after the stand-up as well. And it's called stand-up for a reason. You want to be present, you want to be engaged, it gets your blood flowing and keeps the meeting short. It is up to you to decide if you want to move items within the board during the day or during your stand-up. If you choose to do it during your stand-up, it gives you the opportunity to celebrate that I have just gotten something done. Today, I showed you how to visualize your work, how to run a short and effective stand-up. I hope you enjoyed my tips and tricks and can put them into practice at your workplace. Thanks for joining me on today's whiteboard session. I hope to see you again soon.